Excuse me?
What do you need, sir?
What do you have for sale? I'd like to do something...
Final. Thank you, sir. And come again.
Pots for sale.
Yes?
Big, strong
What is this about?
pots. Pots here, twice fired.
I'd like to discuss it with you. Tarry a while, young man, and answer me one question. Are you truly happy in your life?
Aye, I'm pretty happy.
And you're clearly also bursting with blissful ignorance. How delightful. Know that the immortal soul inherently makes no distinction between happiness and unhappiness, only between salvation and damnation. Happiness and unhappiness are nothing but inner feelings, delusions that pale in comparison to eternity. Tell me, what path have you chosen in life?
A man should be fearless, prepared, and tough enough to cope with anything.
A warrior. Shining armor, the blade of a sword, heroic deeds and glory. Is that your life?
Something like that.
Everything turns to dust eventually. What if I told you only one path leads to eternal salvation? A path destined for those who see the light, who understand. The path of true faith, divine love, and unending humility. And that is a path you too, my young friend, can follow.
What should I do?
Renounce your life of sin and accept Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, according to his teachings, unreservedly and unconditionally. Christ must enter your soul, fill it to the brim. Hell is approaching, and time is running out.
All right. I hope it works.
A wise I must be off now, young. May God be with you.
God be with you.
Farewell.
Take a gander.
Careful.
We've got it all.
Iron wares, knives, rivets, axes. Come and take your pick.
Finest wares, quality good.
Pots for sale! Big, strong pots! Pots here!
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not common.
He got poisoned. Probably from food. He's writhing in agony.
Oh, that's enough. We can't be without a waiter here when the... So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. Here it is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarjitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarjit stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something.
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses. Understood?
What if I'm...
Then I'll see to it that you... But I'm sure that's...
I know everything I...
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve...
There were a picture of the wine.
Waffenarsenal is a joke,
Hopefully
and
I
on
won't
top of
splash
that,
anyone's
the
shoes.
army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at?
You there,
Eldris?
lad.
I'm
a cup
saying
of red.
that the bandits
and don't
who
you
freed
skip on me.
Hennig, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
Come
You're the
now,
one who
waiter.
should know
I
where they
wanted
got
red.
them. Since you're a gunsmith,
What are you
Thank you,
implying,
waiter.
Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten
I'd like some monastery
this
wine.
is.
Refill my cup,
The
boy.
Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubricker everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want
Monastery
to fight?
wine.
Exactly.
I'd
Here.
like to oblige,
The merciful
but
King
I'm not allowed.
Sigismund is
This
providing
is
us with
unbelievable.
protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What
Tokai,
then?
and a full
We're
cup.
sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the
I
kingdom,
apologize, sir.
and we're supposed to
Which
defend
one?
it with
White
brooms?
Tokai.
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory.
And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes...
Hey! The
Where's
king
my wife?
fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the
thank the
realm with
Lord.
his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
I'd like some monastery
Isn't it
wine.
the same
Refill my
thing?
cup, boy.
I'm sorry, sir. Orders
So
from
the
above.
cleanliness
This
of
is
the city is
unbelievable.
not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome.
A word.
But a woman named Betty has showed up at
More wine,
Outbreak.
Master
Wants to
Bailiff.
repair the baths that used to be there.
Come
She's a
closer.
protege of Maresh. Her efforts are
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn this. Go and get it.
Where can I find this goblet?
Use your eye and come
for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a... you-know-what.
So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black
nice.
Death had nothing to do with the
New
baths.
silver might
Unless
be.
the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on.
So,
Keeping the
did
city
you...
clean is important.
I did.
Not so loud. And now go back.
About who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the
I
city
fancy some
isn't run
Tokai.
his way.
Refill, boy.
At least until His Majesty honors us with
I
his
apologize,
visit.
sir.
And as we know,
Which wine?
Are you
Gunslin
colourblind?
absolutely hates him.
Why?
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that.
Hey,
Just a small
where's my white?
misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me.
Well,
Are you defending
thank the
Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there?
Hey!
Leave
boy,
nothing out.
full
I
cup
don't
of
like
monastery wine.
Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated.
Waiter!
I don't
I
think
wanted
Rutard
monastery
will cause
wine.
any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw
Thank you,
attention to
waiter.
himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I
Hey,
have
waiter,
the feeling you're
pour
not
me
telling
some
us the whole
Tokai.
truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Sir?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened?
I'm not
Well,
keeping
thank the
anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Rutard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Rutard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts.
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us. That German, Menhard, is
Waiter,
just hanging
get
around
me
the market looking for trouble.
Don't be ridiculous, Vorsucker. You act like you've never been in a fight yourself. And to accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof. We're not some old
Are they
fishwives
only
of the
just
market.
pressing the grapes
So
for that
you will just
Tokai?
leave it be?
Proven offences
Don't hang around
are
me.
punished by
Vanish,
the daily.
you hear me?
And that's that. There are more pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open
Careful.
contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are
Refill,
apparently
sir?
settling
Do you
accounts
think I
their
come to
own
the
way.
council just to
We'll
guzzle
soon be
wine?
the
Come
laughing
here.
stock of the whole...
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while...
I really shouldn't, sir.
A fine servant you are.
Let people throw dirt on our work?
If I threw out everyone who
fancy
complains
some
over a
Tokai.
beer,
Refill,
I'd soon be
boy.
out of customers.
This is unbelievable.
To hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
Since there is the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to mock a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Haven't you noticed there's a war going
I'll
on?
have a cup of white.
Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Sir?
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
You,
Like,
lad.
for instance,
You look
that
familiar
you'd like
to
to
me.
have your own
Have
altar
we
there?
met?
So what
no.
if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Excuse
boy.
me.
A full
You
cup
wanted
of
to buy
monastery
yourself
wine.
an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided
Sir?
and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Obrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out.
You there,
Not long ago,
lad.
the
A cup
guards
of red.
raided and threw them
don't
all
you skimp
out.
on me.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
Sir?
Thank you, waiter.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Gyurcsegösszi, a legjobb katonaikat, és kelkinek útra!
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this plan of falls!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Gutenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malachov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Gutenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
What do you plan to do now?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches.
Have you...
I'll leave that to the older and one.
Dear me. But I suppose I'll have to introduce...
Indeed you should.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually...
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than gaining a few groschen. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzik Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
Maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Copula, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Excuse me. I'd better not drink.
Better communion wine than kosher, is it?
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
Greetings to you, friend. I'll drink to that.
So, be so kind as to enlighten me.
When they broke through the defense, I ended up in captivity. It was only due to my acquaintances in a court that I escaped execution.
Oh? I thought it was Henry who saved your neck.
My neck was not at risk in Malashov. I may have still been a prisoner with my personal freedom restricted, but they never broke my spirit.
You say you're a poet. How about a verse or two to amuse us?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a gesture for amusement? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And besides, few here would understand me.
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whoreson won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings.
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp, it'd be a massacre.
Ah, but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
Why me, of all people?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two left.
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that.
I'll get on.
I wish us both
success.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Not even Botchek?
Not even Bot.
I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good as you say.
Ha, even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
Hey, where's that beer?
I apologize
for interrupting our conversation.
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak.
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Is this a joke?
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have a father like you.
How dare you?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Older.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough!
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
I'm not happy about it, but I accept. This isn't how I imagined my first meeting with my brother.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back. Ah! Enough! That will do! My God, where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war, right after they kicked me out of the Archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days? He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Older.
I've got to get him on our...
Aren't we all on the same side?
Maybe everyone's sane.
Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it.
What else can I...
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure.
All right, then. It's a nice idea.
Only no one's going to pay for one. because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers.
I expect... Leave Alder to me.
I don't know how to...
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Look out!
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you.
Your
No beating around the bush, eh?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that...
Christ!
I should say so. All sorts of people have... Although, between the two of us...
Hit the nail on the head again, Mom. You're well informed.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides all of those things.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have yet to hear any interesting offers. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
You manage large estates. In return for your generosity, we offer you protection.
I've managed quite well up to now, taking care of my own resources. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
And these papers...
My relatives somehow dug up some trade...
You were dealing with the...
They were not the enemy at the time.
All right,
Alder will surely have the papers in it. Bring them to me. But watch yourself.
What brings you here?
I've got those papers from Alder.
Quiet!
My lady. Well, here they are. You're welcome.
As agreed.
Thank you. No.
Yes, quite.
How could I refuse a
And to the...
That's exactly why we mustn't push too hard.
Sir Bocek, I need to speak...
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips. Jobs comes up with a plan as full of hope.
On the contrary.
Does that improvement include a few thousand...
A few thousand men only in order to...
You've got my attention.
How can I...
I need guarantees of...
Of course.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the law... I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be...
My guarantee is called Yitka. If I succeeded in marrying her off to an...
Maybe it's enough to find...
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also glad...
How about...
He's a young...
Maybe you're right.
No, man, but it's a special... On the other hand, the Lords of Maybe...
So...
You're selling this first. I want a confirmation.
And what if...
I don't care what the young lord... If he agrees, the kingdom will not...
Greetings to you, friend.
Take a look at that.
Sir Hanush.
You do?
I've gained...
And who is it?
On the contrary.
Kunstad? How the hell?
Well, there's one little
Out with it.
Lord Kunstad has a niece.
Hans Capon is to marry Yitka of Kunstad. Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstad's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him my...
Cheers!
Cheers to...
Christ, what's... Sir Butchik.
So, Hanush...
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill...
Thank you.
Enough formality.
Cheers to...
Here's to...
I'll be right there.
Look, I just got back from gathering some wood.
I'm still hoping it works. We walk out of here with a clear plan.
Gentlemen, I think we can
Is this some...
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstad will support our cause.
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll excuse me, my lords?
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, Sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wencesla's reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp's nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Marquardt. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king. You did a good job, waiter. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, Your Majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabush. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Oderin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No. We shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabush falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
I sure did. Watch it, made sure. I couldn't resist it either. The sausages were delicious.
Godwin! You in need of something, my well-oiled friend?
I'd like to drink a toast with you to...
So touching. Come now. I never had one.
Truly? Not even a little?
Well, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is. Give me a few more years and I'll become a professional mourner.
See now. I'll gladly drink to that with you. Only there's nothing to drink. We've run dry.
Fuck. I've got a tongue like a slice of week-old bread after all that gabbing.
Well, get something wet for us then.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs, he can't make it as far as the keg.
To hell with that keg slop. Your father surely has something better stored away. I had my eye on him all evening. He had pictures brought from somewhere for himself and his closest friends, and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find one of those pictures for us, eh? I'm sure you can manage that.
You can bet on it. I've got a nose for booze.
I don't doubt it. Get sniffing quick.
Begging to be eaten.
I couldn't. Kunstadt doesn't care enough about our plan to get his old arse into the saddle. That's saying something.
I remember someone saying something about it.
Whatever.
To King Wenceslas.
They got by without us so far.
They'll be fine.
We weren't used to it.
You're right. I don't know about you, but I can barely stand. And to stand over that ditch... Begging to be eaten. I couldn't resist either. When those two fell. I thought your Alicia was brown hair, though. Piglets.
Sorry, but you're right about Sigurd.
Flesh us out like this.
The sooner he's gone, the sooner life returns to this country.
Let's drink to that.
To King Wenceslas.
I haven't eaten so well in a long time.
You can drink and stuff your craw anywhere, even at home.
But good wine on the table. And to stand over that ditch. Faggots.
Yet another...
I would just call you Bravo.
Excuse-moi. Half of the French court knows me by that name.
Well, I'm not in France now. Here, nobody knows.
That is about
Begging to be eaten.
When those two go.
Girls, for the piglet.
They got by without us so far. They'll be fine. You're right. I don't know about you, but I can barely stand.
Begging to be eaten.
I couldn't resist either.
God be with you, my friend.
Too hopeful here.
You're talking bollocks. Once the orchestrated an army, he'll sit himself and run like that.
Good day.
Sorry,
What do you think?
where might I find the...
Why?
It's not for me.
Aha. It's Lord Odorin.
I haven't eaten so...
He didn't have to choose me.
Wait!
It's been a long time. I was afraid you'll...
You haven't changed at all.
But I have. And you... Not at all. The years have been kind to you.
And how have you been all this time? Did my father give you a hard time?
Not really. When he remarried and had another son, his mood improved quite a bit. I also got married. And soon I had my little Elishka running around under my feet in the kitchen. Young Sir Christopher used to come and play with her sometimes. He was always a very nice lad.
Tell me more about Elishka.
She's a big girl now. She's a maid here for now, but I'm sure they'll find her a better job soon.
Well, aren't you worried about her? A young girl doesn't have it easy in life.
Even as a little girl, she used to beat up the boys in the village. I put up with all sorts of things without a peep, but not her.
And your husband?
Kuba? He died when Elishka was just a baby. He got bitten by a dog, and the wound festered. It was quick.
God grant him eternal life. Why don't we go somewhere and
You really haven't changed at all. You ought go and have a drink and stop chasing girls.
The rat'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty. Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
I'll show you!
Jesus! The surrounding He can't make it on his own.
Hey! Get back!
Haven't had enough yet!
Hold them for! Someone! I'd like to save Put her up to it! You won't get me! Hey! Get him!
One step back!
Have this for your effort!
Those fancy moves! Bash him on the head! Right on the nugget! Bash him on the head! Don't kill him! No, you're bleeding like a
Go home! Aha! Bleeding like a stuck pig! Fucking hell! He knows how to sword fight! Aha! Bleeding like a stuck pig!
There is the one who's there!
I'm going to finish you!
No,
Coming! Brace!
Light him up!
True blood, yeah!
You're dead.
Bad luck. Hey, fuck that. Do it.
son. Show what you're made of.
Bleeding like you're stuck. Smack him on the head.
Send my greetings to the devil.
Light him up. Not yet.
Nice strike.
You're done
Nicely
here.
done.
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Oh, fuck me. Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but... not everyone was so lucky.
What happened?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong...
And they almost killed my brother. But only all...
What do you mean?
I got there in time to... Christopher tried to defend her father.
Old grievances aside, Odor...
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing... We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where Von...
Where did they go?
They've got to raise an army for us.
So we have a plan to counter...
But, as you can see...
Oh, Glad, be so kind.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you.
You knew he was...
I was standing a few steps from Von Aulitz when he told Sigismund I was pouring them wine, and had to listen to how Sigismund was going to give him Raborsch. It was a horrible feeling. Not being able to do anything about it.
And what could you possibly do?
Kill them. Both of them.
My fingers would itch too. Was there any knife flying around? Or at least a fork? Do you know what that would cause?
The war would end.
But at what cost? After Sigismund's death, his army would be cut loose. They'd ransack the city and kill anyone in their way.
Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around and slaughtering innocents? Who else has to die before we do something about it?
Tell us about it. We were
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a...
We've lost a lot of allies.
Well, are you surprised?
Is there anything?
Definitely not. We'll treat the wounded, then we'll hide in the Devil's Den.
If I...
The king announced one more thing at the council. That is...
Fuck! Liechtenstein!
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs.
They're our allies.
What do you mean by we? Maybe Samuel will...
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi.
Anyway, we've got...
Give me a moment. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know. I'll be with you.
You did.
You wanted to talk to...
I did. Because...
Just tell him.
What did you talk...
We talked about...
Why?
It's true. I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we... Well... The thing is... I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes. His son. That is...
Are you sure? We look the same age, and... Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born, he was already... Nothing. Proof, perhaps, you know, all my life,
I thought if I did not, but now that I know, I will never see him.
I can tell you about him if you want. This is not the end. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking...
What's a
That is how...
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless, and all that.
This is what we were afraid of. We need to get... Will you come with...
I have to tell Liechtenstein.
Go...
Heinrich, why did we even come here?
Thank God for small mercy.
Good to see you.
Oh, come on. You know...
They could well... If it hadn't been for you, Henry, Von
Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with...
Well, they killed Lady Anna of Volstein.
And they captured... without them, we can...
We'll figure out...
But how?
Get a grip.
You're right. Nevertheless...
Actually, at Sigismund's council...
Gods, we need to get back to the...
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. You'll be more useful if... Henry, tell Samuel and the rap...
Samuel already knows.
In that case...
I'm going with the rest of our... Stay strong.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka?
Well, I heard you were having... And I see and...
Well, the real massacre is yet to come. Can we borrow the wagon?
But of course.
Could you stop blabber...
Easy, Ingele.
All right.
I'll explain to you on the...
Are you coming?
Of course.
Well, do you think that's a good idea?
I'm not.
All right, then.
Heinrich, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. And I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Enough with the talking. Can't we really go any faster?
Just hold on tight back there.
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here.
But how do we get in?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mines.
Won't it collapse?
We'll find out.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the best way.
killed our savior.
What did you just say?
Nothing. I'm just blabbering.
I dare you to say that again. Loud and clear.
You know what, sir?
We have to go this way. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
Do you think we're gonna make it in time? To find the papers? Save the people?
I pray we can, Henry. There's nothing more I can do. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now. It's strange all the same, isn't it? Hundreds of people must have dug this tunnel. Years of hard labor in the darkness. The effort, the suffering, and today, God willing, we'll save a lot of folks suffering thanks to it. Damn it.
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this.
I'll go up.
I hope so. I'll gather up my things and...
I can't leave now.
But never saw him come out.
You want to try me?
Damnation.
Go and look for Samuel. I'll be with you.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all... Sam, you're back. A few of the cutthroats got in, but there are more outside the gate.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any...
But they didn't look like they... What about your mother? Is she alright?
She is, thank God.
I'm really sorry.
There was nothing but Navis Hamartes. I'm sure Mum is waiting.
You go ahead.
But sir,
I can take care. God be with you.
Is that you?
They climbed over the wall. One of them must have hit me.
Get up. We have to get to the shore fast.
I can't.
Don't worry. I'll help you. Henry, go and get Mummy. She will be in that house on the left. Bring her here.
Himmel! What?
Don't worry, Mom.
Mein Gott!
Nothing. He's out.
Wait!
My name is Henry.
Of course.
I'm his...
Was sagst?
Sam.
Watch out! More are coming!
What's going on?
Sam!
I'm fine, but we will talk when...
We have to get to the sin...
Through the backyard! Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! Baruch Hashem, they're gone. We have to keep going. That is Judith and Lev. Can you help them?
I'll be done with you in a flash.
Let's hide them!
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way.
Coming in.
Through the house.
Didn't see that coming, huh?
Slice him up!
Is that all you got, Bejoson?
Don't lose it!
Fuck! Another one!
Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! They're gone. We have to keep going. Through the yard. Somebody help us! That is Judith and Lev! Can you help them?
Please leave her alone, or...
Keine Gnade!
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
Ha! No
Leave him
shot.
alone! He's upset! I'll kill
Even your own mother will not recognize you now.
Come inside.
Kick them all down!
Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick. To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
There they are!
Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back.
For how long, though?
As long as we need to.
Keeping you! There's more of us!
Hey! I need a hand here!
Hit the Shane! You're not broke yet? That's me, or you'll be sorry, wanker!
Now you're finished.
Nice strike! Jesus Christ! God will forgive you! Done it! Yeah, don't spare him! Made you! You haven't a chance! Killing you! Smash him on the head! Destroy them! Show me your stuff!
My greetings to the day. This is why you're still standing. Don't you don't...
Fuck you!
Smash your other arm! Now you're mine, bastard! I said fire if you
Get
can!
ready, your guts are coming out! Leave him alone!
Power work on me!
Destroy them! For fuck's sake!
You won't get me!
I'm wounded! In the best of...
Come on! Everyone's inside! Henry, come on! Let's go!
God more mir.
Let's go. It's this way.
Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
Don't worry, even if that happens.
Are you alright?
I'm fine, lad.
I know this might not be the best.
Right now? Well, how is Martin? Oh.
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Man. Oh. They both died there.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. He always put others first. At least you survived.
I'm sorry I don't...
Do not worry about it.
Is every...
Yes.
And what about...
No.
Not for...
But we saw them all off pretty quickly.
How did you...
It was such... He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town.
And...
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. Then it went schlag auf schlag.
So what happened?
My father found out we were seeing each other, but Martin would not give in, and we...
That means pregnant...
Yes. My father knew that if word got, I did not even have... I was gone for almost 4 years. And he only let me come back when he was...
Did Martin...
People said he did go looking for me.
If only he had gone...
Even if he went to the very edge of the...
All right.
Before you go...
Well, he was strict. I dream about him quite often. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins.
He was apt.
Well,
You saved all. He raised you.
I'm sorry to keep you there, even if not.
Well, and thank you, my almost brother. If it was... What are your...
I'll go back to the Devil's...
I will see you there then.
Everything should...
Take care of your...
Have a safe trip.
Sei gesund.
Go! Quick! Go! Go!
The journey itself was great.
Why not sing ein Liedchen?
Ka!
Nice and slow.
Good men, so you can avoid danger. Hear what I say about the...
Whoa, whoa.
So much dust.
Look here, Menhart.
Danke, Heinrich, for standing up. Schade aber, that we had to... Auf jeden Fall. It is not over yet with those Kuttenberger. It is not possible that a Meister such as I can be rejected and you...
Richtig. Listen, Menhart.
Ja.
Well, actually, I...
Of course. Your King Wenzel sent me the... I should serve him.
How come you came all this way?
Ja, aber... But the most important is my honor. The Frankfurt Meisters of Langschwert, and one cannot refuse. King Wenzel promised, but before we got here, alles war anders. Ein neuer Stadtrat. Wenzel, what is more, der Sigismund named a new Stadtrat. That is why I muss mich duellieren with Nikolaus. Aber they have refused.
But our right remains.
Ja, we cannot...
Menhard, ich habe aber jetzt
Verstanden.
Heinrich will greifen Ass an der Arme.
What's he saying?
We need your help, Heinrich.
I won't steal. You can count me.
Verdammt, Heinrich! It is... Do not worry. You... Beside...
All right.
Also,
Es ist so. You must break... You can... Then...
I'm start. The Kuttenberg swordsmen display their gift, except they would never do that themselves.
Exactly.
Where do I...
Natürlich. There. Du wirst...
All right.
Wunder.
Yeah.
Gut.
Easy, good horse.
This horse must have gone. Are you blind? You almost ran into me.
Excuse me.
Good day to you.
You must be the...
That's right. At least them that can... Greetings, Hen...
I hear there was a murder here recently.
True. True.
Another?
People ain't got no respect. So if you ain't one of them gawkers, you must be one of them...
I don't want to take anything.
Like what,
Who killed her?
Why?
Someone killed the poor girl.
Well, what do you...
Find out who did it.
Well, if that's the way it is... It's true that Lumiere ain't shown no interest in...
Who's this Lumiere?
No.
Help.
Well...
Right.
Aye. We had a...
And who is this Lumiere?
He used to work for the
Do you remember how...
You mean you don't know nothing about it?
I haven't been in...
I see.
Do you know where the last one...
I heard some talk about...
Look for clues.
That can...
That's worth a try.
I heard she was...
Thanks. What's this Lumiere?
Well, like...
A scribe keeps
Well, the old but Lumiere, he was quite...
I'd like to speak with Lumiere.
At his home in Bohemia Street. That's... I don't know exactly.
Thanks.
It's my... Actually, speaking of the living, there's a girl, I think her name...
And do you know what...
She said she's...
Thanks again.
It was good to see you, my friend.
Were you at the last mass? I didn't see you there. Just as well. I fell asleep.
What? Go on then. He wants to fleece us again. Damn it. That's just what we need. Oh, excuse me.
Are you Barbara?
Alice, why'd you ask?
I'm trying to find out who did this to her.
Ah,
Do you know of any suit?
I know,
I'd like to talk to him.
but I don't know who it was.
And you never saw it?
No, never.
Do you know...
No. One day she just didn't.
What do you mean? Like...
You haven't seen her?
I haven't.
Then don't. She was so. Didn't he?
What do you mean?
Who could have cut off her hair?
Who did you say...
Our master.
How did Alice get a...
Fine. Our master is a.
What's his name?
Why?
It occurred to me that...
He couldn't. He was. And besides.
I heard about that.
Well, maybe you'll catch.
So... So, my God. Oh, it must have been... Jeez, the place they found her must look like a... Her lips are bloody, but nothing more. But if he killed her for blabbing, I reckon... These are more like chops than cuts. Somebody must have taken a sword to her, but it couldn't have been a long sword. That would have been clumsy. God... That madman cut off both her breasts and... What did he do with it? Did he really keep all the Just some scratches and the killer probably surprised.
Why you?
Her face is a little bruised and cut, but she has a dark ring around her neck. And her hair is all matted with blood and hacked. Maybe there's something more. So, the murderer must have all. Then he took a short sword or saber and started. He also cut off. Somebody mutilated her and left, probably for someone who knows they're doing something wrong. Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
Are you trying to run me over, you idiot?
Whoa. Lumiere?
Oh, Christ.
I need to ask.
I said not.
Unless I'm willing to wait for him to. This should so. Here. Better?
What?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want?
I'm trying to find out who.
To me?
Are you Lumiere?
I used to be.
They say that about.
Because I was just on some. And what came of it?
But I need your.
If I were you, lad, you'll just end up hurt.
Come now, Luke.
Poor girls. We let it be in the end. No way.
I'm not doing it for myself.
A friend, eh? I searched high and low. What makes you think?
Because I'm stubborn. And I don't...
You think that will suffice?
If not, I'd have been dead.
Who was this
Her name was Alice.
A maid? That fits.
I think that he strangled her first.
Did you notice the strangulation right away?
Do you think it's the same?
Counting your girl, that makes 6 victims who were first strangled, and if it's not all the same...
This is the 6th one?
Probably about it. Sometimes it takes him months.
Did the dead girl...
Aside from being pretty young girl...
Do you think somebody is killing them?
Certainly. If somebody killed...
But why does he even kill...
I don't know. Maybe he hates...
And what about that Zden?
Exactly. Besides Alice, Zdena was the most recent victim.
But if her body was never...
Because she was the same type as young, beautiful. I never could pin it on her.
Maybe she robbed the wrong people.
Maybe. She had a partner in crime. When I asked him about Zdena...
Do you think he'd be more...
He might be. Besides, it might still be fresh in his memory.
What about Stan?
She was an alehouse wench in a tavern.
You said her body was never found.
You have no idea how much I'd like to believe. Unfortunately, the investigation wasn't very successful.
Did you suspect?
You could suspect every second man there. The innkeeper, Mole, definitely knew Stanya, since she...
So if I want to learn anything... What can you...
She wasn't the first. She was a maid in a German family. She was orphaned as a child. They found her body tossed behind a barn.
Did you have any...
At first, I thought this... But then I changed...
Why?
Well, for one, besides that, when I talked, and his mother told me that they threw her out a week before the murder because she was a harlot. That really surprised me. Because father, maybe he just didn't...
And what about the other...
It all started with them. She'd only been in town for a short while. But the other one, she said she was... She knew she was...
You mean she wanted...
That's what it sounded like. In the graveyard. It's sad to say, but there's nobody else...
Why were you looking into...
I don't know what people told you about me. Gutenberg is a big city. The bailiff was always running from hell to Hades.
But there are more than just rich...
Exactly. So when one of them came to the bailiffs one time...
Behind the bailiff?
Not really. Andre...
What happened?
I don't want to talk.
Did you have any...
You can always find... I always dragged the most suspicious ones to the body in the morgue.
Couldn't it have just been...
Fainting? Vomiting?
Can you sum it all?
We have 6 victims here. Unfortunately, we only know a little. Of the remaining 4, the first to be killed was the maidservant. The next was Stanya. They both hung around a tavern they called the... And the last victim, what they all have in common
Good.
When you learn something, you've aroused a...
Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
Slow down!
Whoa. I want to repent.
Your actions precede you.
It'll...
As you...
Good day to you.
Father?
I don't have time for theological discussions, my son.
That's not why I'm here. My name's Henry, and I wanted to ask about the murder that happened recently. Someone killed and gutted a young maidservant and left her body lying by the city walls. And I hear it's not the first time this has happened.
Another one murdered. May the Lord grant her eternal rest. Why is it you ask?
Somebody is murdering...
Yes, but...
I don't want revenge. I want to stop more killing. That's a better reason, isn't it?
True enough. What do you need to know?
One of the other victims was a girl named Yarka. But I reckon you know that, don't you? What can you tell me?
About Yark?
Where did you know?
I knew her.
And? Who do you think?
William. That pig of Satan. Yarka always...
Why do you think...
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser.
And does anyone else?
No.
Why don't you...
I won't...
Come now, I'm not just asking out of... Isn't it written in scripture? Speak...
A layman quotes the Bible to me. Lumir.
What?
Yes.
And...
It turned out he was deranged. He's...
What a nice... You raised...
Yes.
No offense, but...
I was a bit, son. Maybe...
How...
When she was small,
Why do you think...
Yarko was her only chance of a... The more...
How did she...
She wouldn't listen.
Disgrace!
She was pregnant! Even if...
You're well off, though.
I couldn't.
But how come?
The church's prop...
I've heard enough.
Son,
My respects.
Good day to you.
Greetings. I'll have a look at... I'd like to do something...
You see, I was glad to be of help to you. Good. Sir?
Show me your work. I'd like to do something...
Well... You see? Thank you, sir. And come again.
All right. This is already sharp.
Keep close to the others. It's not safe here. God be with you, my friend. Good day. Ooh, I should get going.
not a